Okay, so what we're going to be doing here today is rebuilding the Hope X2 and Tech levers. Rebuild both the Calliper. Just take it easy, take your time. Okay, so we've got our little caliper sitting there ready to get rebuilt now. And what you want to do is you just want to pop that little piston out there while it's sort of dangling there. So that's out. We've got one out already. Now you want to grab your little ball cap tool, get that in there, and you turn that clockwise, get it loose with a little bit of a help from an extension bar, and as you drive this out, that'll help push out the other piston. Once the threads are loose, you should be able to just push that home and that'll knock everything out for you. Pretty simple stuff. Okay. Okay, so there's the caliper broken down. Now what we're going to do is to prise those little seals out of there, and this is where your little flathead screwdriver comes in quite handy. Now you want to be very careful how you do this. You don't want to score up the little edges of the piston bore at all, because that's going to make fluid leak out and essentially ruin your caliper body, and then you'll be looking at getting a new one. So just take it easy, take your time, very gentle. It's far easier to go slow than have to rebuild things or repurchase things. So just get in there, try and get a little lip of the seal, push it down and out, and that'll get that little seal out of there. So discard those, you don't want to be getting those mixed up. So there's two on the cap bore side. There's another little O-ring down there. Just get in there very softly, very gently. Prise that out. There you go. Alright. So we've got the one side done. That's it. And now we're going to get into that other side. There we are. Alright, set. Caliper assembly sort of in the naked mode, no seals or anything in it. What we want to do at this stage is just grab a little bit of brake cleaner and a Q-tip and clean around the edges of the little piston bore. That's going to make sure everything's nice and clean. We don't have any residue in there. That's going to prevent the new seal from seating nicely and correctly. And you know, just give the old girl a bit of TLC. You don't want to douse the thing in brake cleaner just because that's going to get into the journals and can cause a problem as far as the brake fluid breaking down and not doing its job properly. So just get in there and give those a little bit of clean up. Okay, so there she is, nice and clean, ready to take on the new seals and basically get put back together. Okay, so at this point in time too, you also want to take a look at your little caliper pistons and just inspect around the edges here. What you want to be looking for is any chips or cracks on the sort of first couple of millimeters of lip. And this one looks to be in good shape. If you do have any little chips or cracks or flakes or anything, you will probably need to replace these, just because if you do, then fluid's going to be able to leak past there and you won't be able to get a nice kind of firm feeling on the brakes there right from the get-go. Those look fine. So we're ready to get those new seals in. Alright. So for the calipers, you need the two piston seals and the one a little round O-ring for the bore cap seal. So we'll go ahead and get those in. So basically, if you just kind of ovalize the seals down like that, you should be able to insert them in there and get them home. It's going to take a little bit of fiddling. Again, just take your time. You'll get them in the right place. Better to take your time and get these in there nicely. than to nick the seals, in which case you'll have to basically just throw them away. Flathead screwdriver is quite handy for this, just to be able to get into the little recesses of the caliper body there and get those seals seated down. Okay, so what we've got our little O-ring in there now. What you want to do is get your ball cap back in, just so that as that goes in, it doesn't nick the caliper seal. So just pop that down in there, get your tool, and that'll help snug it home. Anti-clockwise to tighten. There we are. There we go. Woo. Nice little bit of redness. Okay, now we're going to get down to installing the piston seals. A little bit of red rubber grease on those just to help them seat in. Okay, so we've got the two little seals in there now, ready to pop the pistons back in. Again, I like to put a little bit of red rubber grease just on the leading edge of those pistons, just to help them slide in there past the new seals. Don't have any issues with the seals getting nicked or things going in harder than they have to. There we are. And in she goes. So just pop one in there. This is where a little pad spread is going to come in handy. There we are. Make sure you get them in the right way around. Perfect. Okay, that's basically that. New seals in the caliper. Ready to move on to the master cylinder, the tech lever assembly. And then we can put it all back together.